Greetings, everyone. I am Eric Paulson with Your Essential Practice. Today, we're going to continue through that 777 portal energy with a little bit of a read into the upcoming uh, transition of North Node into Aries and South Node into Libra. What this is going to bring up is a lot of relationship aspects, right? Of independence versus dependency, teamwork versus just self-reliance, and so forth. So the Aries aspects are going to be on the North Node. Those are going to be more heightened and brought more to the front and center stage for us to need to deal with, transmute, heal with, right? So a lot of those aspects of ourselves are going to be coming up to the surface, that bold, fiery energy, right? Whereas Libra in the North Node, a lot of that compromises that balance, and a lot of that stuff is going to be challenged as well as in a form of release and diminishing a little bit of those aspects. So in this, the balance is key, where the ego can definitely grab a hold of us and want to go for a ride, and the Libra and the balance is left going, what's going on here? So definitely be aware of what's going on, and look up how the north and south nodes of the moon translate into your rising signs. And I say rising signs specifically because that more relates to your lunar portion of your horoscope, right? So let's get on with today's rune reading. All right, y'all, how we feeling? That Sun and Chiron, or Chiron, however you want to pronounce it, aspect yesterday has really thrown a lot of us in for a loop. A lot of us emotionally kind of wishy-washy and like, where's our abundance going? Well, here's a $2 bill. Let's invite that uncommon abundance in as we cleanse this space for today's rune reading. 3 deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. I trust you are all feeling a lot more balanced after after yesterday's challenge. Today is July 13th. So yesterday's aspects of July 12th were a little challenging, with the wounded healer squaring off with the sun's energy. And with this transit coming up on Monday, I want to say 17th. Anyway, today's the 13th. On Monday, today's Wednesday, it is going to be a lot of that Aries versus Libra type of energy. Those are both archetypal energies, both very unwilling to compromise. So it's up to us to find that balance, to find that center through this lucky 777 portal, right? Coming in through the past influences, this is Wunjo. This is a protective rune. It's of joy and it's of pleasure. This is the clan flag being planted on the top of the hill. A beautiful, beautiful accomplishment from your past influences, driving you forward into your present influences of journey. This is radio. This is a rune of movement. This is forest movement, where a lot of us are being called to go on that journey to meet new people, new energies, like get out of that funk that you've been in recently, kind of thing, right? And I know I felt that myself here yesterday. I did not want to get up. Oh, it was a yucky day out anyway, right? And I wanted to say, oh, poo-hoo on me because it is such a yucky day out. But instead, I got to stay indoors with all that nice, lovely rain and count my blessings. I was able to make a list of everything I was thankful for. And through that, it was a sort of self-healing and a way of getting into these future energies. This is the Ox rune. This is Uruz. This is of courage, of strength, of natural grounding and healing. Very much earth energy here. Okay. So future actions are calling us to be more grounded and more a little bit unwavering in our convictions, right? When that Aries, the North Node pops up and that ego wants to spike up, just remember, get into the grounded in the very future actions. There will be one more of these rune readings right before that actually occurs. They're on Monday. So on Sunday, I'll be doing another rune reading on this to check in on these energies, okay? So don't fear. I am here for you. Action taken for the best outcome. This is beautiful. It's to get into your success, right? If you're feeling like you've had a lot of failures recently or perceived failures, just remember those lessons leading you to your success, right? This journey that you're on and getting grounded is your action taken for the best outcome is to be outside, be in the sun, right? So this is a rune that cannot be reversed, okay? And it's very much of a sense of vitality along with the Ox rune, but natural success as well. So we can, again, get into what are we thankful for? Where have our successes been? Where have we succeeded? And where have we learned from those failures? This is called Soilo by chance. So this is also good fortune. So your action taken for the best outcome also relates to your good fortune. Your feelings and emotions are in this kind of a cocoon phase. This is the rune of the dawn, right? This is Dagas. This is day or clarity, revelations, right? When we're looking at our successes, and our perceived failures, we can have those aha moments. This rune is irreversible as well. So your feelings and emotions with this upcoming moon shift of the axis, right? If you're not sure of what the North Node and South Node means, definitely get in touch with me or look it up on through another source online. It is very easy to understand. It's just a little bit too much for me to get into in this rune reading, okay? So the way to get in touch with me is youressentialpractice@gmail.com. I can also do a personal rune reading for you there. All right. And so this Dagas is kind of like a metamorphosis. I imagine this being a cocoon or maybe a stuck hourglass turned on its side where time kind of stands still. Right. So we're being transmuted in our emotions and our feelings related to what's on our mind. Okay. Let's look at the possible problems coming up. Partnerships. Yep, a lot of us are going on new ventures, starting new partnerships. Always, right? Those of you who are self-employed, this is the name of the game, isn't it? This is always something on your mind and always something that could be a possible success or a possible problem. So gifts. You're being called to look into what is possibly creeping up on you that is diminishing your gifts. What may be diminishing your partnerships, right? When this movement rune is directly across from that, we're called to move in a different direction towards these gifts and these partnerships, right? This rune is Gibo, by the way. So what we have been doing in the past hasn't quite been up to our par. Even though we've had some success in the past, we can dwell on that in the future actions and the lessons learned from perceived failures. All right, getting out there and doing the grounding work. This movement rune is moving us directly into some possible partnerships, but a lot of us might be in our heads, right? Is this partnership right for me? This isn't what I pictured, universe. Why aren't you giving me exactly what I asked for? Well, you know what? The universe gives you what you need. Not what you ask for, but what you need, right? You will get your answers, though, because in the future outcome is this beautiful rune of harvest, right? This is another irreversible rune. Look at these 3, 4 irreversible runes right in a row, right? None of these have an inverted meaning. So you know exactly what you're looking at. This could mean your thoughts have been on abundance and possibly seeking new partnerships, or maybe a shaky partnership that's going on right now. You can enjoy success together in the immediate future and celebrate these gifts. In the meantime, also transmuting our old paradigms and our old patterns, our old mental constructs, our old selves, right? A lot of us are shedding that skin. We're turning from that caterpillar into that beautiful butterfly, right? And we're moving into a beautiful, beautiful harvest coming up. So this rune is named Jara. Okay, and I want to tell you what we plant is what we reap. So if you're going to keep planting worry and doubt and strife and all this overthinking, then that's exactly what you will reap. Okay? But look, here in the past, you've sown this victory before. You know it's possible again, and you would rather do it with this partnership, because what you have is so monumental, so astounding, that it does take teamwork to do this, right? You can't just, like it, for instance, I'm a healer, right? And I can't just very well go out there and just be successful on my own. No, I need clients to do that, right? And testimonials and things of that nature. So without somebody needing that healing work and coming to me, then for it, like as an example, right? That way I have this partnership with those needs being met in those people and those individuals. And you know what? Some beautiful new friendships can blossom out of this, right? We're coming out of that cocoon phase. We're getting more into moving into our grounded and moving into these partnerships. We have this clan flag of success directly across from Jara, the rune of harvest, as well, right? With this centralized theme of success. This is a very good reading, y'all. I think just a lot of you maybe just are overthinking a lot of it right now. I know I can get in my Gemini mind and definitely get into that overthinking very easily. So getting out there, being barefoot out in the sun, grounding, meditating. If you can't do grounding, the Schumann resonance of 7.83 hertz is a great way to passively listen to something to help you feel more grounded. That's the heartbeat of Gaia, of Mother Earth. That's the natural resonant frequency of our planet, right? Another way of getting into grounding is exercising, right? And maybe just a meditation where you're projecting that image of the tether from your feet going into Mother Earth and that energy being transmuted and guided along that way. So let's go ahead and get a couple different cards here for clarity. We're going to start off with the Soul's Journey cards. These are messages directly from Source, directly from the divine to your spirit, to your soul, directly to you. For clarification, divine, please, do you have any card to show us today for direct clarification on today's rune reading? Okay, you want to give me that one? Ooh, look at that, y'all. Surrender again. Okay, this says, I can release my need to control. You can, and I believe you must. This is a lot of confused energy in this mandala. All right. You have so much energy, just needs to be focused, right? A resonant frequency, meditation, grounding will help align this mandala and become a more beautiful pattern, right? So when we surrender to the divine, when we release our need to control the future and just say, you know what, divine, it's up to you. I trust you fully. I have faith. Please show me clearly and make it without a doubt that it comes from you. And you just surrender that way. And believe me, your answers will come in very unexpected ways. Let's read a little bit more about surrender. Again, it says, I can release my need to control. You need to understand that distinction between power and control. You have the power of internal control, but very little external control over people or situations. The majority of your external control is through the power of influence, right? Leading by example is a great influence. You can lead by example. Every soul has its own unique path, and it's not your job to dictate it. Giving advice or direction in compassionate manner is a way to go. Your soul, too, has a path, and you possess the power to control it. But you must surrender the illusion that you have to control or that you have any sort of control over another. When we get into manipulating others' free will, that's where that bad karma comes in, right? When we're refusing to surrender to the divine for the greatest outcome, right? I know we're all guilty of that in some form or another, whether it's communication, whether it's just clicking on an emotional level or a professional level, right? We all have aspects. If you really are truly honest with yourself, we all have those aspects that need that surrender. Some more about this card is, remember that this is a process, and from time to time your ego will rise up and demand things be the way they should be. Okay, I think this might be speaking to that Aries North Node coming up. Envision a hot air balloon being loaded up with all the things you need to control, and then let them ride away in the balloon. You'll be surprised to find that when you release the energy of control and accept the energy of surrender, doors will open that you never expected, because you have now given the universe space in which to materialize what is needed for your highest soul growth. Very wise words and deeds, divine. Thank you, thank you, thank you for that message. Let's go ahead and pull a card for clarity from the fairies. Fairies are magical, wonderful beings, and they want to give us a card right away. There it is. Let's flip that over. Fairies, you are very talkative today. Whom do you need to forgive? This is the card that proposes a question. At the bottom it says, as you release your old anger or resentment, you will find that your wishes will come true. That's right along the lines of surrender, y'all. I believe there's a big message here. A lot of us might be in our heads a lot too much. We just need to, I know, easier said than done, right? But we need to release that. Whom do you need to forgive in order to move on? Is it you? Do you need to forgive yourself? You know, sometimes it's easier to forgive the biggest demons than it is to forgive ourselves. Why is that, do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Let's read more about this card. Again, it says, as you release your need as you release your old anger or resentment, you will find that your wishes will come true. This card indicates that your prayer will be answered as you release yourself from the inability to offer forgiveness. While you may feel justified in your anger, the truth is that your resentment is only hurting you. The rage you're carrying is blocking your deepest desires. Go outside and ask the fairies and spirit of nature to clear your mind and emotions of lower energies. You'll benefit enormously by making a decision to detoxify yourself of old anger and resentment. Additional meanings for this card are forgive yourself and be cleared of toxic guilt, or reduce judgmental thoughts about yourself and others, or send an apologetic note to someone, or stop identifying yourself as a victim and see yourself as powerful. Or finally, focus on the present instead of the past, and I'll add, instead of the future. The now is what we can control. How we respond, how we react, right? We all react, but the difference is how long we react, right? Is that going to become a pattern? This Aries and North Node is going to be pretty strong, especially with Leo season coming up, compounding it. You got an archetypal fire sign with, I believe, a mixed mutable fire sign. Anyway, they're going to be feeding off each other. And in the meantime, you got Libra in the southern node relinquishing some of that judgment. Okay? Just be careful that when you guys take this Aries North node and feel like, ha, woo, yeah, this is me, me. Okay, wow, okay, cool, I like it, you're beautiful. However, coming off as a little toxic, so please, let's just rein it in. Remember that surrender. Remember, who do we need to forgive? All right, who do we need to forgive? Ourselves? Why are we behaving that way? Right? It's good to feel that rush, almost like a high of, like a runner's high or something like that, of this energy coming up. Especially after moving on, after a lot of these heavier earth energies of late with that Capricorn full moon. Remember that super moon? Yeah. Remember yesterday, Chiron and the sun tugging at each other, getting us all into our fears? Right? We need to surrender that. Even when we're feeling up in our power, or Libra and South Node saying, hey, this isn't balanced. Why do I need to always feel like I need to relinquish this balance and go more towards the other? Okay? That surrender and forgiveness go hand in hand with this, okay? You're out there in the sun and your vitality and those awesome, wonderful energies. Don't forget the transmutation, okay? Or your partnerships will suffer. Either way, you're going to have a harvest. But what are you going to harvest? What are you going to harvest? That is up to you. Let's pull a chakra token and see what further guidance we can receive today. Okay. Here is the root chakra. Okay, so the root chakra solfeggio frequency is 396 hertz. That's 396. It's the first chakra, and it's located at the base of your spine. Okay, like at the tailbone area. But for all intents and purposes, on your front side, it's just where your body meets, like right between your legs there, okay? This chakra is associated with survival, safety, and security. Someone with a blocked root chakra would typically be fearful or anxious. So the solfeggio frequency will help stimulate the part of the subconscious brain that's associated with this blockage, right? And it'll help unearth negative belief systems and feelings residing deep in the subconscious mind. Okay. When your root chakra is unblocked, you should feel secure, connected to your body, and grounded. So there's some more grounding information for you. The mantra while listening to the 396 hertz solfeggio frequency is LAM, L-A-M. Oh, I'm sorry if my voice is a little raspy today. I've been doing a lot of speaking today. So LAM, the mudra for that, we're starting off with our hands in the prayer position. We're leaving the middle fingers up, but we're folding in the pinky and the ring fingers, and we're interlocking the thumb and the forefingers. So it looks like this, right? I promise I'm not flipping you off. Okay. Again, that's LAM, L-A-M, 396 hertz. The colors associated are pretty much any shade of red. Bright red, crimson, deep red. Thank you for being here and sharing this space with me. At the time of recording this right now, it is 444. That's an angel number, y'all. Look that up. Beautiful, beautiful message today. This has been 100% divinely guided. I promise that with this Aries and North Node and the Libra and South Node coming up during this 777 portal, where a lot of this is going to feel kind of magnified, right? Especially with Leo season coming right up. Okay. These North Node, South Node things, they last about 9 years. Oh, wait, no. Yeah. Oh, wait, the cycle is 18 and a half months, but every 9 years, okay, so right now, Aries Sail is on the North Node. After 9 years, it'll be in the South Node. After 18 and a half years, it'll be back up in the North Node again. So it won't be back up there again for another 17 years. So enjoy this time because it is truly a way to make your mark. Release the old judgments of Libra, right, in a healthy way. It's not where's the balance and relinquishing control as much as you think, okay? A lot of it is the old judgments, making room for new ones. Okay, that Aries is also being transmuted, right? Remember that Daga's rune, the rune of the transmutation. We're being called to not be very egotistical at this time. Remember that surrender and forgiveness. Okay, when somebody does the perceived wrong to you and you start feeling that in your brain, start going, oh, what you looking at, punk, or something like that. Whoa, put the brakes on. Catch yourself in that moment. Whenever you catch yourself in that moment, you're already kickstarting rewiring of your brain in a very healthy way so that you can get out there and be grounded, all right, and celebrate your success in a more healthy way. Right? Lean on your past successes, but not too much, and look into the health of your future partnerships as the risk that you take when you might be being too judgmental and, no, it should be this way. Okay, just be careful because you might lose your gifts or your partnerships for the potential future. Either way, at the end, remember we have Jara, the harvest rune. And we are all going to reap what we sow one way or another. Guaranteed. That's a guaranteed. What are you going to reap, right? What are you going to harvest? I'll check in with you guys in another few days concerning these energies as we continue through the 777 portal up and through the Lion's Gateway of 88. All right, that mudra again is making sure that we have our prayer position. we're folding in and locking the ring and pinky fingers, right? Pew, pew. And then we're taking the thumb and ring fingers and we're just locking them up. Okay. That's how it looks. It's LAM, L-A-M for the mantra. You can point that nice and far south. Okay. You can point this directly to your root chakra, right? And again, it's 396 hertz. The colors associated to help you visualize, or maybe if you want to wear the color, if you feel better with that on. Other shades of red and crimson, burgundy even, okay? Getting into more of that forced movement that you're going on right now, it's all okay. Just let it go and surrender. The moment I surrendered, I got invited to 6 different wellness fairs. Okay. I was finally able to get some information that led me to some more information that led me to some more. And I thought yesterday it was all defeat mode. And no, once I started shifting that and counting how much I was thankful for, the more that abundance came in. The abundance is there for you always. It's just the blocks that you create. Okay, the perceived failures. What are the lessons in your perceived failures? I will be at a wellness fair here this Saturday, and I will leave a link in the description down below. I have been Eric Paulson with Your Essential Practice. If you would like your emailed rune reading in a similar format, I can get nice and lengthy and personal with you. Just email me at youressentialpractice@gmail.com to inquire on what it takes for rune reading, okay? At the Spiritual Wellness Fair, I'll be doing rune readings down there all day. It's a local one here in Wausau, Wisconsin, and I have a future one next month, hopefully coming up in Rhinelander, Wisconsin. Also, there are many, many other people, very wonderful readers, spiritual leaders, even counselors, therapists. I'll have a little bit of a Reiki session thing going on, PEMF therapy, numerology, so much, y'all. It's going to be so fun. I look forward to seeing you there. If you can't make it there, I know a lot of you are here digitally. You're still with me in my heart. I promise. I carry your energy with me as we transmute and move on together. Okay? Namaste. Have a blessed and abundant day.